Okay, blog entry number 2. So, as John Krakauer develops his story in the book Into Thin Air, it is becoming apparent that there are several claims being made. Now, my last entry, I discussed how the commercialization of Everest has led many to believe the mountain is not as challenging, and that, if you are willing to pay the money, you can climb the mountain. However, I think Krakauer is taking that claim a step further. What was once seen as an oversimplified task, climbing Everest can and will become a deadly task due to the determination of climbing companies to make money. Now, it is worth noting that Krakauer is not solely blaming the disaster on the climbing companies. However, their drive and motivation for success, due to the vast sums of money they can acquire from the publicity of high-profile clients, perhaps leads them to make faulty choices. For example, Krakauer introduces us to socialite climber Sandy Pittman. Now, Sandy is a millionaire New York City socialite turned alpine climber, and prior to the 1996 expedition, she made 2 previous high-profile attempts to summit Everest, but failed both times. Krakauer writes, "This year she was more determined than ever to reach the top and thereby complete her much publicized crucial climb." It can be reasoned that her head guide, Scott Fisher, felt a huge amount of pressure to get her to the top. Just take a look at this clip.
För en av de kommersiella expeditionerna.
If Scott feels unhappy about pointing the finger and being the policeman, I will be the policeman. And I will take photographs and I will show other people. So maybe I'll get unpopular, but somebody has to be unpopular sometimes.
This is going to be the biggest mountain on Earth for a long, long time. And there's going to be more and more people visiting it all the time. And,
Scott Fisher ledde en annan kommersiell expedition. Där betalar man cirka $65,000 för en plats i en stor expedition med guider och skärpas. Man har garanterat syrgas ända upp till toppen och i basläget finns alla bekvämligheter.
It's a commercial expedition. It's my livelihood, and I hope that I can do a good job for people. I started out my business, Mountain Madness, to have fun, to support my lifestyle. My mission statement would be to turn people onto the mountains. And if someone's goal is to climb Mount Everest, and they're willing to really work hard for it and pay their dues, I'd sure like to be the one to help them get there.
Vem som helst med tillräckligt mycket pengar kan köpa en biljett till världens högsta punkt. Grundkravet är någon alpin vana och toppen har de senaste åren varit välbesökt.
You know, for people that have paid me, it's pretty much my job to, I guess, number one, keep them alive, and number two, to do everything we can to get them to the summit.
Already tried and failed twice, and he was the one to get her to the top, it would mean huge press for his company. This could mean that once his team reaches the summit, his choices become more reckless as he becomes more determined to help Sandy make it to the top. However, this applies to Krakauer's climbing team as well, which is led by Rob Hall, who you also saw in that clip. Now, Hall, while in the clip, claimed to want to keep people safe, also charged clients normally $65,000 for a summit attempt on Everest. But he gave Krakauer and his connections to Outside Magazine a significant price reduction. He writes, quote, "He'd agreed to accept only $10,000 of his usual fee in cash. The balance would be bartered for expensive ad space in the magazine, which targeted upscale, adventurous, and physically active climbers." This is the type of audience that could be potential clients for Hall, thus leading to a boom in his business. Either way, with Hall or with Fisher, it is clear that the potential financial gains of climbing companies are too irresistible for both Hall and Fisher. It is perhaps the money and not the safety or well-being of the clients that takes priority in their minds. Because of this, publicity and fame could be one of the largest contributing factors in the 1996 Everest disaster, which resulted in the deaths of 8